Just for the record.
Why did Stephen's son, the chief of Capitol Police,
National
say
Guard,
that they were requesting help and she denied it? She's on camera. You're delusional. Okay.
If you're
I actually thought,
I'm not interested.
Hang on. I actually thought
Vinny Oshana from the PBD podcast went on Piers Morgan Uncensored yesterday, or the day before, I'm not sure exactly which day, but he just completely annihilated the beta male bitch, Brian Tyler Cohen, and also we have Andrew Wilson on the panel, who we love. And my favorite thing about Vinny is when you know that he's in a debate, he doesn't hold anything back. He's screaming. He is just shutting down any woke lie perpetuated from the left, or even so-called conservatives like his resident soy boy Adam Sosnick, who's a fellow co-host of the PBD podcast with him. But Vinny is amazing. If you don't already subscribe, make sure you subscribe, because I post 2 new videos every single day. Like this video, comment MAGA, and we'll just get right into it.
For what?
Yeah, but why would you need a pardon for that? It makes no sense.
So
if Trump is investigating, hang on. Let me ask the question. Even if it were the case that Trump wanted to open an investigation as to whether or not there was foul play during the previous administration's investigations of him, why in the world would this require a pardon to these people? That makes no sense to me at all.
Because why
would there be a requirement of a pardon?
Why do these people need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees on dealing with BS? Which is part of their oversight duties to have done.
We don't know if it's BS. We haven't investigated it yet. What are you talking about?
Like, oh, because she thinks it's BS, it must be BS. Thank you. You are a scholar, a world-class scholar.
So we just can't investigate anybody because it could be bad.
It is part of their.
No, we don't know.
It is part. Listen, do you understand how it works? Have you ever worked on the Hill? Because I can tell you, they have immunity as senators and congresspeople to do their oversight responsibilities. There is
I thought you just said a second ago that there's going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. Now you're backtracking on that?
Because, of course, you'll have to go, because you're going to have to go hire lawyers to be able to prove that this was part of their oversight.
I thought you just said they had immunity. Like, you can't have it both ways here.
Jesus, do you understand how this works? Yeah. You have to get a lawyer to go to court to tell a judge.
Okay, so then
not explaining how it works eloquently at all, and she kind of just keeps throwing in Andrew's face, oh, I actually worked on the Hill. You don't even know how this works. So let me try to woman-splain it to you, but I'm not going to make any sense. Like, come on, girl, make it simple. Make it make sense.
So they don't have immunity?
You obviously don't understand how it works. You obviously don't. I'm sorry. Do you not understand what I'm getting here specifically?
Julie, no, I don't understand why these people need to have a pardon, because they might be investigated for potential crimes they may have committed.
Can I tell you something?
They have nothing to worry about because there were no crimes.
What are the
then
crimes?
Why do you need the pardon? It makes no sense.
No, but Brian, hang on. And don't talk at once, please. Brian, you say, what are the crimes? That's the point. We don't know, and we may never know.
You're looking for crimes because Donald Trump is...
The left would never look for crimes against their political opponents. Never. They would never do such a criminal thing. Yeah, right. I'm not buying it, beta male. Playboy, Brian Tyler Cohen ass bitch.
Looking for crimes because he doesn't like Liz Cheney and the fact that she did.
No, he genuinely believes she's He genuinely believes she's committed crimes.
Here's the point. To Julie's exact point, first of all, what crime?
He's sputtering. He's stuttering. He's trying to figure out, what do I say in this instance when I don't really have any argument to begin with.
Second of all, it costs money to get legal representation to go prove all of this stuff. And third of all, it's moot because all of these people have immunity anyway. You are allowed to act in your oversight capacity in Congress and the Senate to pass legislation to discuss this stuff.
You didn't care when Trump had to spend on lawyers about that.
The law was broken. Yeah, you're right. They can't break the law, but there was no law that was broken. But it doesn't change the fact.
So why do you need an all-encompassing immunity if you've never broken the law?
Why do you need all-encompassing immunity if there's no laws broken?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let me bring in Vinny.
I don't know if you guys are playing dumb or not, but the fact is,
I don't think it's us playing dumb, Brian.
It costs money to move forward with this.
Okay, I'm actually playing devil's advocate. Well, I tell you what, look, hang on, I'm going to bring Vinny in, but I am playing devil's advocate here because I do think there's a shocking hypocrisy by the Democrats, led by Joe Biden. The whole year they banged on about the rule of law. No one's above the rule of law. And here is President Biden in his last few weeks basically riding roughshod over the rule of law to bail out all his family and all his mates.
That it's happening in a vacuum. Piers, you're pretending that it's happening in a vacuum,
No,
and
I'm
not because Donald Trump has come out
I'm
and
saying
said that he's going to use.
I'm saying you reap what you sow, though. You reap what you sow.
But Donald Trump has promised to use his Justice Department as a vehicle to enact his personal retribution toward. That is why it's happening.
All right.
By pretending that there's
Brian,
let me bring you.
I love how unashamed Andrew Wilson is. He's like, yeah, good. It's deserved. Kudos to you, Donald Trump. I love that. Like, be unashamed, okay?
Say good for Brian. Good, because we want Brian.
Vinny too. Watch him. He's about to go off. And by the way, make sure you subscribe if you like videos like this because we have a lot of fun here, okay?
Good for him. If they did illegal shit, then go to jail. You guys are talking all that crap, and you're warning what Trump is going to do to what Biden and his DOJ has done this entire 4 years. Are you not seeing it? And
What
if
did
you
they
think
do?
He's either dumb, Brian Tyler Cohen, or he's willfully ignorant. Comment down below which you think it is, or both. Who knows?
I'm curious.
What did they do?
What
did they do? Do you think Donald Trump? Do you think Donald Trump should have stored these documents in Mar-a-Lago?
For them, Julie, spending money on lawyers. How much money have they gutted out of Donald Trump? How many people have suffered for that fake-ass crossfire hurricane?
Zero, because he had his campaign paid for everything.
Zero,
because
Russia
people like you
collusion,
sent money
Hillary
into
got
him.
fined, DNC got fined. You're not going to talk over me. Let me finish. Thank you. And your whole,
Just gonna say it. She looks like a crack whore. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but
incited an insurrection. It's all bullshit. There was no insurrection. He said, go quiet, go peaceful, don't hurt anybody. It got out of hand, but the FBI can't even answer.
go off, Vinny. I love how he just is so brutal. Don't give these people an inch, not even a centimeter or a millimeter, quite frankly.
How many FBI agents were on the ground? Ted Cruz asked her in Congress.
my God.
How many of them incited violence? It's all fake.
It's like listening to
Nobody
a
got
Facebook
arrested for
comment
If we're going to go
section.
down the conspiracy rabbit hole, there's no point even talking about this because it's like
Yeah,
one
I know.
person
Oh,
is
yeah,
saying that the Earth is round
again,
and somebody else is
it
saying the
doesn't
Earth is
fit your
flat.
narrative.
You're
It
a
doesn't
flat
fit your
earther.
narrative.
There's no point in debating.
section
All right,
comes
don't all
It
talk at
doesn't
once.
fit your
You're a
narrative.
flat
Don't
earther.
talk at once.
There's
Although
no
I would
point in
say, Julie, hang on. I would say, Julie, if we're going to go down conspiracy routes, I do remember a 2-year conspiracy being peddled by almost everyone in the American media that Trump had the election fixed by his collusion with Vladimir Putin.
Thank you, Pierce. Pierce is anti-Second Amendment, but he is reasonable on some issues, like the idea that the Democrats are able to claim, oh, Donald Trump wouldn't allow the peaceful transfer of power and all these crazy things after the 2020 election, but they suddenly have amnesia when it comes to the 2016 election when Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Democrats cried and complained for 4 years that Trump colluded with Russia. Trump's own FBI investigated him and found nothing. Sorry, I won't play the world's tiniest violin for whining Dems anymore, or ever. I never did, and I never will, proudly.
Which turned out to be horseshit.
That's right.
So, it does depend which conspiracy theory you want to hitch
Is
your
that in
home
relation to Robert Mueller's investigation, Piers?
I don't recall ever.
Remember, do you guys remember Robert Mueller when he was, or Mueller, whatever, when he was in that congressional hearing and it was clear as day that he is not mentally all there? That's a whole nother scandal. But we forgot about that, right?
Saying that Vladimir
Democrats love using people that are not fully mentally capable to handle their dirty doings, right? They can control them and manipulate them even.
Putin and Donald Trump colluded to steal the election. So let's not say that everybody
but a lot of people did.
I will say to you,
and the media did fuel that bullshit for 2 years.
Okay, but you're asking me to debate. But Piers, you're asking right now for me to debate somebody who thinks that January 6th was a peaceful protest that got out of hand because the FBI set up these poor MAGA people to go beat up cops.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, if we're going to have that kind of conversation, if we're going to have that kind of conversation, stop screaming in my ear, please. If we're going to have that kind of conversation,
hang on.
Debating the Earth is flat.
Why did they not want the National Guard there?
Just for the record.
Why did Stephen Son, the chief of Capitol Police,
National
say
Guard,
that they were requesting help and she denied it? She's on camera. You're delusional. Okay?
Most women are. That's just a fact of life.
I actually thought, hang on.
I'm not interested.
Hang on. I actually thought the most interesting point that Trump made in relation to all that was the different double standard. I thought what happened on January 6th was appalling. And I think that a lot of people behaved extremely badly, and a lot of them should have gone to prison, which they did. I think maybe it was overdone, and some of them got ridiculously long sentences. But I thought the point that Trump made about the hypocrisy and double standard of how, for example, the BLM rioters were treated with the devastating damage that they caused, I thought it was a very good point. And I think, again, it comes back to the hypocrisy, right? Democrats cheered on the BLM rioters. That was all in the cause of tackling racism. But here you have people who believe they were standing up for democracy.
This is such an amazing point from Piers Morgan. I feel like conservatives, at least I am, we're sick of the gaslighting. We're sick of being told that there's so much more right-wing motivated political violence than left-wing motivated political violence. When we saw Steve Scalise get shot from someone who was joining or was a part of many anti-Republican groups. And then we also saw, obviously, after George Floyd, St. Floyd, rest in peace, after his death, there was months, every single night for months on end, left-wing political violence, but they completely ignore that. That's what we are sick of. We are sick of the data and the studies saying, oh, there's so much more right-wing political violence, when we see the left-wing political violence with our very eyes, and the people that are writing these studies, that are conducting these studies and giving the data, are blind to these situations. It's insulting, and it, quite frankly, makes us never want to believe a word that any of you guys say. It's like the boy who cried wolf, kind of, because if they're, for instance, if they're constantly calling everyone a racist, sexist, homophobe, it's like, you know what? I don't really believe you. I don't really believe you. And I think the Me Too movement did that too, where I was definitely at fault here too, due to the Me Too movement. If I were to hear allegations against a man from a woman, I would just be like, oh, but it's just another woman trying to money grab and get some attention and whatever. And that's not always the case. But when you overuse this hand and overplay it time and time again, it makes people never want to believe a serious allegation ever. It actually is hurting the future victims. And same thing when it comes to political violence, because we've seen the left-wing political violence with Antifa, with Black Lives Matter, with Democrat leaders calling for violence, like Maxine Waters telling people to go harass and intimidate Trump supporters if you see them out in public, but then they tell us it's only right-wing political violence is the only issue because of January 6th. It's tiresome and obviously phony.
I don't agree that they were.
By the way, I think it's safe to say that we should condemn all political violence. Like, I don't think that we should be physically hurting other people. I want to make that very clear. It makes no sense.
Right? They shouldn't have been doing it.
But
there was a double. But Julie, hang on, Julie. There was a double standard. There was a double standard in how the
Kamala Harris literally was bailing out BLM rioters from prison. Remember that bitch? Remember?
different types of protesters got treated. There was.
Piers, if you're suggesting that Democrats cheered on BLM rioters,
no.
They gave them entire cities to destroy.
What?
They gave them whole cities to destroy.
Crazies on the left cheered on BLM rioters, and you're saying the Democratic Party cheered them on?
Yes.
Really? You're saying that? You're saying that?
Was she like in a coma during these BLM riots? Did she not remember what actually happened? Because come on. When she says crazy lies and accusations like this, like she has no idea what anyone's talking about, it makes me think, hey, it's pretty reasonable to never trust a word coming out of her.
Nancy Pelosi cheered on people who were rioting.
Literally, what are you talking about? So true, Vinny.
The buildings were
yes.
They were saying it was a peaceful
that's what I'm saying.
Show
You're
me.
delusional.
Show me.
You're delusional.
Show me where Nancy Pelosi at the time was saying that. Show me where show me where Joe Biden or Nancy Pelosi or Kamala Harris or anybody else was saying that.
Too busy getting on her knees.
You know what we need now?
So true, Vinny. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
You know what we need now? We need a group handshake, and which takes me neatly to the Donald Trump Macron love-in at the Notre Dame reopening. Which, by the way, let's just take a moment to salute the French, who have got a lot of issues right now. But the way they
What? Okay, I'm gonna cut it off here. Why are we saluting the French? I'm gonna salute America. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you comment an orange heart to help us put the video in the algorithm. Views are down, guys. Okay, maybe my content sucks, maybe censoring me, I don't know, but help your girl out. Comment, like, share this with your friends, and put the notification bell on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.